Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. There's the whistle, and here we go. Now it's Batistuta. And here's Batistuta. Oh, well played.
Well, there's a big game player, if ever there was one.
Iniesta, universally admired. So what do we expect from him today, Jim?
Well, he's the master of time and space, Peter. He finds those little pockets in dangerous areas, moves the ball forward, taking people in the narrowest of spaces and delivers precision balls. And he does it pretty much better than anyone else. Class.
Odo. Guti. Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. That's an imaginative pass. Guti. Japan have got it. Goes for a shot! Fair attempt, just the wrong outcome.
Well, he looks a little annoyed with himself, Peter, but he hit it well enough. Better look next time, maybe.
Rijkaard. Now, can they get him away?
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Messi will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Neither of these two want to come off second best. No outsmarting him this time. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And he's had it nicked away. Now it's Messi. Looking for the run. Adams tries to clear.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
And it's been taken short. He's had a shot! Oh, the ball's run loose here. There's no flag. And he's following up. He's delivered all right. Really tidily gathered, and ultimately a more than tidy finish.
Yeah, keeping calm and taking a touch like that's all going on around you isn't always that easy, but he made it look like a doddle. Finishing it off was quite simple after that.
True Bangkok United have penetrated for the first time.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10 minutes will call for real focus as the opposition will inevitably react.
Half an hour played now. Truthfully, it was hard to see any better outcome there.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase. And of course, those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that. Oh, good play on the left-hand side here. Batistuta. Oh, that's neat. Batistuta! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Batistuta actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
And the keeper beats it away. He'll try to keep this alive. Nice bit of trickery. Gets a good foot in there.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Oh, easy pickings there. Rijkaard. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead, and that gives them something to build on after the break.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about. So an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
Here we go again.
Japan can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Shoots! Goal! They are right back in business.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
A moment that needed composure, and he had plenty of it.
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
Japan grab the equaliser, and we're all square.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides.
And the shot! Oh, that looked awkward, but he had a good crack at it.
Oh, he's usually such a good finisher.
True Bangkok United appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Puskas, well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
They're urging him to shoot. Big chance! A wonderful effort, all by himself.
He's absolutely full of energy here. Definitely had the right idea. A shame he just couldn't finish it off.
True Bangkok United making consecutive changes here. Can he get it through? He's away! Takes a shot! And yes, it's there! Into the lead once more. That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Yeah, and having the thrust to get there is one thing. Having the composure to score is another.
True Bangkok United take the lead. Mbappe, foot in. And it's Eto'o. Schneider.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here. That's just playing it safe and simple.
Adams calmly anticipates.
True Bangkok United clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
He can get that clear. Japan have reclaimed it. Japan finding their passes. He's beaten the last man. Chance for a shot! And it's come back out to him. Sticks it away. Dying minutes, and we're all square again. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, they say all goalkeepers are crazy, and after that, maybe there's some truth in it.
So all square with almost no time remaining.
Credit where it's due. This is great attitude. Now, the only question is whether there's enough in the tank to grab another.
Threads one in. Tries a shot! Oh, it's in! Late in the day! This could well be it! The breakaway clinical and clean, and the finish unerring.
Well, we all know, Peter, that this is a team capable of breaking extremely quickly. The opposition should have been alive to the danger, but they fell into the trap.
Japan complete their comeback, and now they only need to hold out for a few minutes.
There's still a bit left in it.
And that will be it. Japan have won it by sheer force of character. As winning teams do, they managed to find that little extra when they needed it. Batistuta voted man of the match, and deservedly so. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. And we're underway. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger.
It's a privilege to see the defensive great that is Franco Baresi.
Absolutely.
A marvellous tactical brain married to good pace and a technical ease.
Schneider, great vision. Now it's Eto'o. He's in a good position. Shoot! What a wonderful goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Oh, look at the manager here. He's absolutely fuming, and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
Flamengo are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Flamengo are looking lively here. They're playing with more zest, more purpose.
They are, and it's all because of the movement we're seeing down the flanks, and I think they look as if they're going to cause some real problems to that opposing defence. Both flanks are working quite well now.
Played out to the right. Pedri. Back into the middle. Plays a sharp little ball here. Nunez gets into a good position. And it's played in. And they can counter here. So just a one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. Done delicately. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. And it's Isco. Now it's Bebeto. Scholes.
Japan really should be happy to let this half run out now and go again second.
And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Just 5 minutes left until the break. Now it's Eto'o. Roberto Carlos. Bebeto. Bebeto stood his ground strongly. Now it's Isco. And the whistle goes for half-time. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break. How would you review the first half?
Well, this is when you need your players to step up, Peter. Be brave, see all that courage. They need to have a big start to the second half to give them some momentum. And they're not going to get that if they're being too risk-averse.
Japan are 1-0 up at half-time and it's all to play for. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half.
Japan definitely want to carry on in a similar manner, although I would exercise some caution, Peter. You wouldn't want to leave yourself open in the early minutes trying to kill this off.
And we have our very first corner. And he's quick to get it clear again. Adams. Guti. Oh, that's a fine interception. He's had a shot! He's scored! And there's the goal they've been looking for. Not a defender in sight. He had all the time in the world.
Yeah, I'd rather praise the scorer than criticise the defence here. He stepped forth and conquered.
Japan are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
The turning of the screw comes to mind, Peter. They've got them where they want them.
Rijkaard. Guti. Now that's well seen too.
Japan are clearly enjoying a very good spell. The flow of momentum is bang in their favour.
Park Ji-sung. Rijkaard. And it's Guti. And that's really well manoeuvred. Isco. It's Pedri. Now it's Park Ji-sung. Schneider. Scholes. Oh, there's the clearance.
That's going in strongly.
Roberto Carlos. Pedri. Out to the right. Out towards the flank. Beckenbauer. And it's Rijkaard. Rijkaard. And here's Scholes. Yeah, he's fouled him there. There's a quick free kick. And this is Scholes. Otto could try cutting inside here. And now they can clear their lines. And again, they run up against stubborn Schneider!
Yeah, he's incredibly slippery. Just when you think you've got him cornered, he wriggles his way out.
Now it's Eto'o. Eto'o. Roberto Carlos.
Japan have really been terrific at snuffing out the threat. Now for something different.
Passes coming off in quick succession here. Schneider. Oh, such a clever touch. shapes to shoot! Close, but time for no more. The whistle has gone. Japan can take all the spoils, and it is nothing less than what they are perfectly entitled to, following this splendid display of poise, potency and proficiency. Batistuta claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all. He knows he set his attack up perfectly.